tractor-trailer crash overnight. The driver apparently falling asleep. No major injuries reported. Trying to win Florida, Clinton and Trump campaigning heavily Tuesday in the Sunshine State. Clinton will be at Palm Beach State College in Lake Worth at 11 o'clock this morning. Today is her birthday. Trump is off to the nation's capital to open a new hotel. A motorcycle police officer in a motorcade for Hillary Clinton crashes in Miami yesterday. He was airlifted to the hospital for treatment. And in Pensacola, a tiger attacks a trainer in front of horrified onlookers. The injuries are not life-threatening. Right now, mostly cloudy skies and 78 degrees in Boca Raton. Partly cloudy skies and 79 in Hollywood. I'm Gerard Campbell, News Talk 850, WFTL.
What if everything you ever thought about losing weight was wrong? What if everything you thought you knew and every time you lost weight and put it back on, what if that just was not your fault? Well, I certainly felt that way. This is Linda Stein. I've been trying to lose the same 10 or 15 pounds since I went through menopause, and I just lose it and put it right back on and thought I knew what I was doing until I met Dave Grandy. Dave has an innovative program called Be Lean, where you don't have any hunger, you don't have any cravings, and you actually burn fat. Not only do you lose the weight, but you keep it off for good. This is the last diet you'll ever need to go on. I've lost 3.5 pounds in 3 short days. You can lose up to 25 pounds in 6 weeks. And the best part, never have to diet again after this. So what are you waiting for? Call Be Lean now for a free body composition analysis worth over $99. Call 855-9-BE-LEAN. That's 855-923-5326 or online at mybelean.com. 3 convenient locations in Palm Beach and Broward.
Prices are for base buildings only and may not be available in some areas. This is an alert. If your business or church is building this year, you're about to pay more than you should. This could mean thousands of dollars more for your office, retail space, church, or warehouse. So call General Steel now for the quality and the price in a pre-engineered steel building that you just can't beat. That's right, General Steel can save you thousands of dollars with a pre-engineered steel building designed for your business or church. How much can you save? How about a 5,000 square foot building for under $39,000? So don't pay thousands more than you should without calling General Steel first. Call 888-98-STEEL today and save as much as half the cost and time of conventional construction. Don't let rising steel prices put your project in jeopardy. Call now to lock in your price for 3 months. Call 888-98-STEEL. That's 888-98-STEEL. Don't pay thousands more than you should. Call 888-987-8335.
Hi, it's Jennifer and Bill. Our show's all about your opinion, your phone calls in from you, right?
Yeah. Just kidding. It's all about what we think. So join us, 11 a.m. right here. News Talk 850 WFTL.
Hi, this is Joyce Kaufman. Do you have a family member addicted to painkillers or alcohol or other drugs? Join me Saturday mornings at 8 for Get Better with the Florida House Experience. For immediate help, call the Florida House Experience at 855-SOBER-16.
I'm meteorologist Christopher for CBS 12 News. And a windy Wednesday. A wind northeast right now, gusting 25 to 28 miles an hour. Very windy. A partly cloudy sky throughout the day on this Wednesday with a high of 82. Tonight, partly cloudy, breezy, the low 75. More wind for Thursday and Friday. Partly cloudy skies each day, staying windy. Highs near 83, lows near 75.
Live from the Crash Proof Retirement Show studios, Phil Cannella and Joanne Small have your market crash prevention plan. Saturdays at 10 a.m. on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for the big show?
Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready.
You're ready for the party? Go!
Opinionated, informed, and unafraid. This is The Rich Stevens Show. Radio that moves at the speed of thought. Now, once again, here's Rich Stevens.
New York attitude, Florida charm. Talk so hot, it's a 4-alarm. Right, smart, unafraid. A double shot of truth on your radio waves. Hey, hey, oh, whoa. Time to crank up your radio. Hey, hey, whoa, whoa. Time for the Rich Stevens Radio Show. Rich Stevens. Sounds so nice, you're gonna say it twice. Rich Stevens Show. Coming to you strong on your radio.
And apparently, I'm told we're also coming to you strong on Rich Stevens TV now, finally. we went through, and you know what, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. This is what I personally love about live local radio. And that is a rare bird today. And if you have any doubts, just look around your radio dial and you'll hear and you'll see. Although some radio stations try to fool you and make believe somebody's actually there when they're not. We are actually here in the studio right now. And if you want to watch behind the scenes what's actually going on, you can do that with Rich Stevens TV. It's very simple. All you got to do is follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You get apparently you get a notification as soon as we go live. Or on Facebook, you can just click the link that says Rich Stevens TV live stream. Now, the difference is night and day. We started doing this Rich Stevens TV with Facebook Live, and then we were limited to a square box, which Facebook says is high definition. It's not. I mean, right now, the way we're broadcasting the video portion, you can actually look over my shoulder and see cars going by on 95. I mean, that's how great the detail is in full high definition. So we experimented with this yesterday. It turned out to be better than expected. Today, in the first hour, for whatever reason, after the broadcast, I have to go into our chief IT guy who just knows everything. He fixed it for us today. I got to figure out what happened. I mean, I didn't change anything, so I don't know what the heck happened, but something obviously happened. I don't want to go through another day where we go, because I got to tell you, the anxiety this gives me is ridiculous. It's bad enough I didn't get any coffee today. You notice I don't have anything in my hands to drink. I went to the kitchen this morning since I got into the radio station. I'm sorry for bitching, but I appreciate you listening. 3 different times I made a pot of coffee. 3 different times. And then I go to do other stuff. I mean, I'm doing a freaking radio show here. You think somebody would leave a cup of coffee for me after I made the pot? 3 times I go and I make the pot and come back, it's empty. I don't know. It's almost like somebody's watching me on, we have surveillance cameras throughout the building. So it's almost like somebody's watching and just trying to make me angry. Because I got to tell you, without the coffee, I'm not a happy camper. But thanks for putting up with this anyway. So I'll post the link on my Facebook page every morning so you can see if you choose to watch Rich Stevens TV. Again, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see it. If not, you'll have to come to the Facebook page. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/Rich Stevens, R-I-C-H, Stevens with a V. Then I'm told you get an alert saying, hey, Rich Stevens is live. All right? So, and I can tell you it's definitely worth it because the high definition video versus the Facebook stuff. I don't understand. A company like Facebook, you think that they would have invested a little bit more in the technology, but, and again, this is all new, so maybe they're going to improve it. I'm guessing not. But in either case, I want to be able to deliver to you the absolute best quality, and I think we found it. And you tell me. You could comment under the video. They're live right now on Facebook. All right, now, so we were talking about people being criminals, sneaking into movie theaters. We're talking about early voting. By the way, if you don't early vote, you may not get to vote. And I'm just saying this because I had another one of those weird, freaky dreams last night that something's going to, and I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong. But my gut's telling me that something's going to happen between now and Election Day that's going to prevent people from getting out on Election Day. So please early vote, okay? And if you've early voted already, I'd love to talk to you to find out what kind of lines you waited in. I talked to some people in Broward County yesterday. Actually, I spoke to a poll worker that I know, and he told me that he was at 10 different locations yesterday. Broward County notoriously votes Democratic. Well, they did some exit polls, and they said that out of everybody that was voting, most people were Democrats, and that they all voted for Donald Trump. How do you like that? Now, that would explain, if you want to believe the polls, where apparently there's a 2-point difference here in South Florida, according to, I think it's CNN poll today. I don't believe any of the polls. I'm telling you, more people are voting for Donald Trump than the Hillary campaign knows. And the reason I can tell you that this is true, because yesterday when we were talking to Peter Navarro, Donald Trump's policy advisor, I asked him the question, because I've been thinking about this. If the Hillary campaign believes their own hype, that it's in the bag, that Hillary's already won, she's already, picking out the towels for the White House, then why are they campaigning as hard as they are? I mean, if you got a lock on something, then you should be skating, right? But you see, it's not true. Don't believe the hype. Get out and early vote. 877-850-8585. Mike in Boca, how are you today? Thanks for waiting.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. Love the show.
Thank you.
On the crime stuff, if bringing stuff into the movie theater is a crime, you can trust me with about 80 counts of petty theft. Because I do that all the time when I do go to the movies, which isn't a lot anymore. The real crime is charging $4.50 for a 20-ounce bottle of water.
Right? Why doesn't the state attorney, the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, why doesn't she go into movie theaters and do something about that price gouge? I got to tell you, the same thing in the hospital. I've been in a hospital every day with my mom, and they have a cafeteria where the prices used to be very reasonable, and they changed that, and then they put on each floor, they put a soda machine that has water, and they have a candy machine that has all kinds of things that you probably pay $0.25 for, that you pay $2.25 for. The bottled water is like $2.75 a bottle. I mean, that's highway robbery, and you're stuck. And I feel bad for the nurses because that's all they can access to, and they got to pay the same price as everybody else. It's just highway robbery. I don't understand, like in the movie theaters, how they're able to get away with that. That's gouging.
Yeah, it is. And I understand that's how they make their money, because they're actually not making a lot of money off the admission, because that's going to the studios usually. It depends on how many weeks that film's been out. So I understand, but it's still a lot of money to go to a movie now.
It is. You got to load up your knapsack with some food.
Or your pockets if you can get away with it, or baggy pants or something.
Yeah.
The other thing that stuck out to me was giving me more change. This happens to me more than I would like to admit. And I don't think it's a crime at all. If you're going to hand me more change, that's on you. Learn how to count change. Hire employees that know how to count. I've had it happen where one time I ordered something and it cost like $4 or $5, and you end up giving me more change than it was, and you end up paying me to take the item. Basically, that you gave me the wrong bill. Basically,
Well, let me give you a different scenario. Like if that happened to you in a Publix, you probably wouldn't say anything. But if you went into like Joe's Barbecue and you hand a girl a 20 and she gives you change of 50, and you know that Joe's in the back cooking that barbecue, do you say something then?
Yeah, there's different situations.
Yeah.
If it's like a big corporation, I probably don't think about it. But if it's like someone I go to a lot and I know them, they're like around the corner, I probably give it back.
Yeah.
The other thing you brought up, I have early voted, and my best advice is scout out the locations, because there's different locations I know in Palm Beach County you can go to, and they vary on the wait time. So I scouted out 2 locations. I'm in Boca and West Boca. The West Boca Library, they're parking on the grass. There's a line really long, maybe 2-hour wait. I go down to the next location that's closest to me on Jog and before Linton in the South County Civic Center, like 10, 15 minutes tops. So that's the other thing I would
There's different lines.
recommend.
I spoke to some people in Broward County yesterday. They said they waited almost 3 hours. It depends on where you vote. You're right. You got to scope it out first. 877-850-8585. 877-850-8585. Ned, hang on. Ed, also in Delray, and Jim in Coral Springs. I want to find out about your early voting experiences. If you want to grab a line, there's 2 lines open right now. 877-850-8585. Quick timeout. This is the Rich Stevens Show.
Listen for complete election night coverage from the Crash Proof Retirement Show studio. The Crash Proof Retirement Show heard every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Early voting for the general election runs now through November 6th. Be the voice that needs to be heard, because your voice and your vote matters. This message is brought to you by Cersei Denny at CerseiLaw.com.
We elect a new president on Tuesday, November 8th. I'm Gerard Campbell. For the latest on the race for the White House, join us at News Talk 850 WFTL.
Mondays and Fridays on The Drive at 5, Phil Cannella, a retirement phase expert and host of the new Crash Proof Retirement Show, airing Saturdays at 10 a.m., will join Karen Curtis live in studio to discuss the current state of the economy, the recent stock market activity, and what to expect on this Saturday's show, airing at 10 a.m. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 5:20 to hear consumer advocate Phil Cannella with Karen Curtis on The Drive at 5 on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Are you suffering from foot pain or other foot-related issues? Finding the right podiatrist, it can be a challenge. You can end your foot pain today with Dr. Richard Eggerman. because he treats all problems related to the foot and to the ankle. He's dedicated to providing caring, compassionate, and comprehensive podiatry care. As a matter of fact, Dr. Richard Eggerman is the most qualified podiatrist in all of South Florida. He even makes house calls. Oh, did I mention he can do a same-day appointment too? That means you can call right now and get in to see him today. 561-495-9700, 561-495-9700. Dr. Richard Eggerman offers the highest standards of medical excellence and professionalism with a personal warmth and a genuinely caring attitude. Did I mention he makes house calls and same-day appointments too? Dr. Richard Eggerman on Military Trail just north of Lake Ida Road in Delray. Listen, you owe it to your feet to get the best treatment today. You'll get that with Dr. Richard Eggerman. Call 561-495-9700. And if you're a new patient and you make an appointment today or sometime in the next 10 days, say, Rich Stevens told me to get the appointment, they'll give you a free gift. The only podiatrist I trust, it's Dr. Richard Eggerman. My mom's been his patient for more than 25 years. That ought to say it for you right there. Pick up the phone, call, make an appointment today. 561-495-9700. That's 561-495-9700 for Dr. Richard Eggerman.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda has suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure is just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of Dr. Raja Sinus Relief, called the Clear Sinus Procedure.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if the Clear Sinus Procedure is right for you. Set an appointment today with Dr. Raja Sinus Relief. Call 561-537-5054. 561-537-5054. That's 561-537-5054.
You know, it takes about 20 minutes for you to do regular, everyday things in life. I mean, for me, I was trying to think about this yesterday. I could run into the boys in Delray Beach and be in and out in less than 20 minutes. How? Because I know what I need to get. I know the routine. I know which lines aren't as busy as the other ones. I could walk into Walmart. It might take me 20 minutes to park the car, but I could be in and out in probably about 20 minutes to get all my stuff that I need, and everything's fine. Now, what else can you do? You can go to AutoBuy, bring it in, you just drive in, as a matter of fact, with your car, your truck, your SUV, or even your motorcycle, and in 20 minutes or less, they will hand you a certified amazing where they pay the max offer to you on the spot. And as a matter of fact, if you bring your title with you, they will pay you the max on the spot right then and there. If not, you can take that certified evaluation. They give you 5 days to think about it. Maybe you want to talk to your other half and say, hey, you know, this is a much better deal than we got at the dealership. We need to do it with AutoBuy because AutoBuy always pays the max. Now you're starting to get the way the routine works. Go to WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com. All the information, including the 5 locations from the Treasure Coast of Miami, are listed right on their website. You can make an appointment. By the way, if you can't get to them, they'll come to your office, do the same thing in the parking lot at your office. This is the AutoBuy difference. It's the only way I recommend you sell your car today. And they have got tons and tons of great reviews on Google Reviews and also from me, Rich Stevens, because every time I send somebody, they call me and say, hey, Rich, thank you so much for telling us about AutoBuy. They really did pay the max. WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com.
What's your plan for retirement? Listen to Money Essentials Radio with Alicia Alvarez of Essential Financial Services, Sunday morning at 9:30.
When I sit with my clients, the first thing I want to do and I want to ask them is, what do you want your money to do for you?
Learn about strategies that can help protect and grow your portfolio, maximize your Social Security benefits, and help generate sustainable retirement income. Money Essentials Radio with Alicia Alvarez, Sunday morning at 9:30 here on News Talk WFTL.
I'm no right-winger. I'm just plain right. This is Joyce Kaufman. Listen to my show every weekday at noon on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Sometimes we wonder whether the world is being run by smart people putting us on or by the idiots that really mean it. Either way, here's Rich Stevens.
I need to clarify a couple of things. We were just talking to, who were we just talking to? I forgot his name. Well, I'm sorry, I apologize. But all of a sudden my email is blown up, my text messages on my iPhone, which is hard to communicate with my iPhone as we're using the phone to do the broadcast. But hang in there, bear with me. I always thought that, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, that on your voter registration card it tells you where your precinct is. You can't go anywhere else. You can only go to that precinct. So scoping out the locations is not going to make a difference because you got to go to the location where you're registered to vote. And that's usually just one place. So I just want to clarify that. Unless you know different, 877-850-8585. But I'm on the Supervisor of Elections page in Broward and in Palm Beach County. It all says the same thing. You have a place you got to vote. That's where you got to vote. You can't go somewhere else. It's not like the clerk of the court or something where you can go get your license plate at any county office. It doesn't work like that. 877-850-8585. Ed in Delray Beach, how are you? Thanks for waiting.
Hi, Rich. How you doing today?
Good, thank you.
I've been going to the Hagen Ranch Library for the last 3 days to try and go and vote, and there's been not less than 100 people waiting online. More likely, more often, it was 200. I've been there over a dozen times.
Wow.
And the curious thing today is that there are no Trump pen signs. They've all been removed mysteriously in the night. I find that very curious.
Yeah, you know what? I know somebody else that said the same thing in Broward County, and I think people need to report this stuff because that's against the law for people to remove people's campaign signs.
Where can I report that?
I think you have to report it. Well, you should report it to the police, first of all, and I believe you should report it to the campaign, and then maybe the campaign has to make an official report. I'm not sure, but I agree with you. I drove by a polling place this morning that yesterday had a bunch of Trump signs. They're all gone today, which is very interesting.
Yep. It sure is.
But I got to tell you something even more interesting, Ed. I think these people could take, the Hillary people could take all the Trump signs they want. It's not going to help. People are out there voting for Donald Trump, and you got to continue to vote. You got to make sure you tell your friends and neighbors, get out and vote because your vote does count. 877-850-8585. Let's go to Jim in Coral Springs. How are you today?
Good morning, Rich. How you doing?
Good, Jim. How are you?
Good, good. I just wanted to weigh in on the early voting. I voted in Coral Springs on Sample Road and University Drive on Monday afternoon, which was
Did we lose you, Jim? You know, I'm amazed that it's 2016. We still have cell phone towers that drop calls. It's incredible to me that I can do this show live, Rich Stevens TV, in full high definition, and yet they can't figure out how to get a cell phone from not dropping like that. Unbelievable. Jesse in Miami, how are you today?
Good morning, Rich. I'm doing well.
What's happening?
I'd like to go on this FP&L for the solar panels. The way you vote yes, does that mean no, or?
Well, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, Jesse. I am not sure, and I'll tell you why I'm not sure. Because you, like I, are seeing the commercials that try to sway us in the opposite direction, and I have on my agenda for today after the show to look into that and find out which, and this happens every election. They do these amendments and you think you know what you're voting for. It's like that penny sales tax in Broward County. You think you know what you're voting for and it turns out it's something completely different. So before you cast that vote, let me find out more.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'll listen to your radio show.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much. 877-850-8585. Let's go to Mark. How are you today?
Hi, how are you, Rich?
Good,
Great
thank
show,
you.
as usual.
Thank you, sir.
I am an elections clerk in Broward County, and I'm listening to the show. You may vote at any early voting station regardless of your designated precinct number. That's only for Election Day on the 8th.
So does this go in all counties in Florida or just in Broward County?
I'm only going to speak to Broward County, but I think it's uniform. But since I'm in Broward County, and that's where my clerk position is, I'll only speak to Broward.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. So again, let me clarify. You're telling me in Broward County, you can early vote at any precinct if you're registered to vote. However, if you wait till November 8th, you got to go to your assigned precinct, which is on your card.
Right. For instance, when I voted, I went to an early voting place that's outside of where I live. It's close by, but it's not my precinct number. But it's an early voting location.
Wow,
which is designated. You know, there's a list on the Supervisor of Elections website. So, yes, if you're driving and you're 40 miles from home in Broward County, you can pop in and vote and they'll pull up all of your amendments, all of your
Wait a minute.
people,
So if
anything unique.
So if I live in Orlando, I could vote in Broward County?
No, 40 miles within the county.
Okay, I got it. All right, thank you, Mark.
That illustration, same point.
I got it. Thank you. Great information. Good to know. Stand by. Quick timeout if you want to grab a line. You're listening to The Rich Stevens Show.
News Talk 850 WFTL. On the air and on the web. Look for 850WFTL.com. News, weather, traffic, podcasts, and live streaming.
Joyce Kaufman here, and if you're in your 40s or your 50s or your 60s, you don't want to look 25, but you want to look as good as you can. And that's where Dr. Mark Pinsky comes in. He was my choice. Out of all the cosmetic surgeons in South Florida, I chose Dr. Mark Pinsky. He's not only the best plastic surgeon in Palm Beach County, he is the most artistic man you will ever meet, and what sets him apart immediately is his understanding of what you're looking to achieve. You know what you want. The doctor should help you get what you want. His results are so natural, whether it's a breast lift or a tummy tuck or liposuction or mini lifts and eye lifts, they're works of art and they're natural looking. So go ahead, ladies, call Dr. Mark Pinsky, get your figure back, get that youthful look back. It's okay to do this for yourself. Everyone, even guys, benefit from great plastic surgery. Call 561-881-8800. That's 561-881-8800 and tell them I sent you.
Keep your lawn looking great from football season all the way to spring training with Bayer Advanced 3-in-1 Weed and Feed for southern lawns. Just one application in fall feeds your lawn, kills weeds like dollarweed and dandelion, and then prevents weeds like poa anna and chickweed for up to 6 months. So next spring you'll have fewer lawn weeds and more time to play ball. Bayer Advanced 3-in-1 Weed and Feed for southern lawns. Get more from the blue bag. Always read and follow label directions.
Frustrated with the historically low interest you're earning in the bank? Then you need to learn about modified endowment contracts. They're safe, fully liquid, guaranteed by highly rated insurance companies, and typically earn between 5 to 6% interest per year. Call Keith Singer at Singer Wealth Management for a free report. As a certified financial planner with 20 years of experience and also a Florida attorney, Mr. Singer will keep your money safe and liquid and still get you a reasonable rate of return. Call 1-866-WEALTHY. That's 1-866-WEALTHY.
Defense Secretary Ash Carter has just ordered the Pentagon to stop seeking repayments of enlistment bonuses from California National Guard members. Carter says the process has been unfair and has been carried on way too long. Donald Trump taking a quick break from the campaign trail to open a hotel in Washington, D.C. He was in Florida on Tuesday, as was Hillary Clinton. ABC's Brad Milkey has been covering the campaign.
Hillary Clinton didn't mention Obamacare during her speech Tuesday. When asked about exploding premium cost in a Miami radio program, she promised to, quote, make changes to fix that. But she offered zero specifics on what those changes would be, instead blasting Trump's plan to repeal the program altogether. Clinton says that will put insurance companies back in charge of the market. Brad Milkey, ABC News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
A new Bloomberg Politics poll shows a dead heat between Trump and Clinton in Florida. Syrian activists say airstrikes outside a school in northern rebel-held province of Syria have killed at least 17 people, most of them children. Sherry Preston, ABC.
Good morning. I'm Gerard Campbell with an 850 WFTL news break. All lanes southbound I-95 at Lake Worth reopened this morning following a tractor-trailer crash overnight. The driver apparently falling asleep. No major injuries reported. Trying to win Florida, Clinton and Trump campaigning heavily Tuesday in the Sunshine State. Clinton will be at Palm Beach State College in Lake Worth at 11 o'clock this morning. Today is her birthday. Trump is off to the nation's capital to open a new hotel. A motorcycle police officer in a motorcade for Hillary Clinton crashes in Miami yesterday. He was airlifted to the hospital for treatment. And in Pensacola, a tiger attacks a trainer in front of horrified onlookers. The injuries are not life-threatening. Right now, mostly cloudy skies and 78 degrees in Boca Raton. Partly cloudy skies and 79 in Hollywood. I'm Gerard Campbell, News Talk 850 WFTL.
Money doesn't come with instructions. Hi, I'm Rick Edelman. When my wife Jean and I started Edelman Financial Services, we were committed to serving each client's best interests. Now, 30 years later, we still operate the same way. So we invite you to take advantage of our straightforward, common-sense approach to financial planning to help you prepare for retirement and achieve your financial goals. Come, let us help you with your financial planning and managing your investments. We have offices in Aventura and Boca Raton, and you'll enjoy spending time with an Edelman financial planner. Just call 888-PLAN-REC. That's 888-752-6742. Or visit us online at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com. Because, after all, money doesn't come with instructions.
Advisory services offered through Edelman Financial Services, LLC. Securities offered through EF Legacy Securities, LLC, an affiliated broker-dealer. Member FINRA, SIPC.
Hi, this is Joyce Kaufman, and do you have a family member addicted to painkillers or alcohol or other drugs? Are you desperate to help them stop this downward spiral and get their lives back? The Florida House Experience is the only treatment center in the country that combines cutting-edge medical treatment with highly trained doctors, psychological and psychiatric care. The Florida House Experience uses neuro-rehabilitative techniques that restore the brain so it can be regulated and healthy. The patients feel great, and the once-resisted patient is now ready to receive traditional clinical care. If this is what you want for a loved one, consider the Florida House Experience. Comprehensive treatment for drug and alcohol addiction or drug abuse and mental disorders such as depression, anxiety, codependency, and trauma. For modern-day addiction treatment, call 855-SOBER-16. That's 855-SOBER-16. Or visit online at FHERehab.com. Call 855-SOBER-16. That's 855-SOBER-16. Or visit online at FHERehab.com.
This report brought to you by Levy and Associates Tax Consultants. Put a levy on your side, not one against you. Call 1-888-4011-LEVY.
I'm meteorologist Chris Farrell for CBS 12 News. And a windy Wednesday. A wind northeast right now, gusting 25 to 28 miles an hour. Very windy. A partly cloudy sky throughout the day on this Wednesday with a high of 82. Tonight, partly cloudy, breezy, the low 75. More wind for Thursday and Friday. Partly cloudy skies each day, staying windy. Highs near 83, lows near 75.
Politically correct millennials,
stupid people,
bad drivers,
overpaid entitled athletes,
opinions on everything, in fact.
Hi, it's Jennifer and Bill.
Join us 11 a.m. News Talk 850 WFTL.
The following broadcast is rated R for Rich. Now, back to Rich Stevens.
All right, thank you for hanging in. I do appreciate it. If you're watching Rich Stevens TV, hey, hello, and thanks to you as well. Feel free to leave some comments. If you're watching it on YouTube, there's a chat box there, so you can talk to each other, which is kind of neat. I just found out about that. And yeah, I guess you could do the same thing on Facebook, too. Wherever you are, thank you for checking us out. Also want to tell you that there's a new round of hacked emails that have just come out. I'll talk about those in just a second. But let's get back to the signs disappearing and the early voting here in South Florida. Pam in Plantation, how are you today?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I just wanted to say I think maybe some of the signs may be going down because at least several years ago there was a law that there's only supposed to be campaigning, advertising within a certain number of feet of the polling place.
Right, yeah. I think it's 50
so
feet
maybe what they're doing is they're just letting the signs stay up during the day and then going and taking them down at night.
But because
of that law.
But that wouldn't make any sense because if they leave it up during the day when the polls are open, if it's in violation, the polling people would take those down. The sheriffs would take those down. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I think there's a theft occurring in both Broward and Palm Beach County of different campaign signs. I've spoken to two, maybe a third candidate that's told me that their signs keep disappearing. And people don't realize that. Look, no matter how nasty the campaign is, whatever it is, whatever side you're on, you're stealing somebody else's property.
Oh, I know.
These signs are not cheap, especially the big ones, you know?
Yeah, well, see, I came in on the end of the conversation.
That's fine.
I didn't realize
No
it was
problem.
particular ones.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I appreciate your call, Pam. Thanks for listening, too. 877-850-8585. Josh in Hollywood, how are you today? Hi, Josh.
Hello, Rich?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. Good morning, sir. Yeah, I'm actually, I'm working I live in Hollywood, but I'm working in Plantation, Lauderhill area.
Yeah.
And I just passed by a Lauderhill Mall voting registration place. And I'm driving by, and I noticed that there's nothing but Hillary supporters, Hillary signs, and all the other Democrats that are running for office. There's not one Trump sign, not one Republican sign. I spotted a police officer in the parking lot, and I went up to him and asked him. I said, "Hey, sir, excuse me, but why isn't it? Do you know why there's no Trump signs or Republican signs up?" And he just threw his hands up in the air and he said, "Look around you. We're in a Democratic area."
Right.
Yeah,
but the good thing is, Josh, like I said, I don't know if you missed this earlier. A friend of mine was doing some polls yesterday, and he told me in 10 different locations where the lines were super long in Broward County, and yes, they vote Democratic. They voted Democratic down the ticket, except for that first thing on the ballot where they cast their vote for Donald Trump, which is really interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I asked the officer. I said, who are you supporting? He told me he's not going to vote for anybody, and I just recommended. I just told him. I said, well, sir, with all due respect, but she's not going to be looking out for you guys.
Yeah.
I guess staying home is the next best thing for us. But
yeah. That's it. That's it. Just get out and vote. Thanks for your call. Good stuff. 877-850-8585. Did you already early vote? What were the lines like? Did you have any issues? 877-850-8585. Or did you see any issues? Mark in Boynton Beach, how are you today?
Oh, Rick, is that Martin in Boynton?
This is Rich.
Yeah, hi. I lost part of your comment. You went away for a moment. I just want to tell you that I just voted at the Hagen Ranch Road Library in Delray, which is not my assigned voting location. So what the other gentleman told you was correct. For early voting, you can vote at any voting site in Palm Beach County.
Wow.
And at the Hagen Ranch Library, it took me about 35 minutes from start to finish.
That's incredible. That's really good information.
Get the ballot and vote.
That's really good info, and I apologize to the guy that called earlier and said that, and I doubted him because of a barrage of text messages, but that's incredible to know. Now, what I find fascinating is why wouldn't the supervisor of elections make this well known? Because that opens up an entirely different ballgame, Mark, for people that are saying, oh, I drove by my polling place and the line was like a mile long. Well, go to another one, as that guy said earlier. Just scope out the locations and go somewhere else. I mean, that would make sense to me.
Yeah, and if it's a no big deal, I mean, my time is pretty do what I want with, and waiting 30 minutes is not a big deal.
Yeah, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Thank you so much. Good info there. 877-850-8585. 877-850-8585. Let's go to Debbie in Lake Worth. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
I just called because I did early vote yesterday, and I voted in Lake Worth on Lantana Road at the library. There was not one Trump sign. Not one. Lots of Hillary, no Trump.
Well, you know what the bottom line is, Debbie? I want you to think about this for a second. Does Donald Trump really need signs?
Well, in my opinion, no. But it's just the fact that there are no signs. And I think it really speaks to the fact that the election is rigged. Maybe not rigged in the outcome, but the people are really forcing or trying to force those to vote for Hillary.
Of course. And the thing that I find so fascinating about this, again, I said this numerous times already today, the Hillary campaign wants us to believe that she's already picking out, the sheets at Bed Bath & Beyond for the White House because she's in. And yet, if that's true, then why is she working harder than ever to get the vote? Because it's not true. Hence, the polls aren't true either. I think we are getting ready to see a replay of 2008, only with a different guy this time, obviously. And Hillary's going to put her tail between her legs, and she's going to walk off cackling and probably crying, too, because I don't know how you're going to come back from this one.
Well, the other interesting thing that happened to me was when I went to put my ballot, when you put it in that machine and it slides in, I had it face up, and the woman standing behind it saw that I was voting for Trump, and she actually said to me, "Do you really want to vote for Trump?"
Well, hold up. How did anybody? It's supposed to be inside a sleeve. Nobody's supposed to see your vote.
No, I had to take it out of the sleeve and slip it through the machine.
But you should. It's still supposed to be. Nobody should be able to see your vote. That's a violation right there. You should have reported that.
well, I guess I could go back and report it, couldn't I? Because I know what the woman looked like.
Absolutely. Nobody should see any kind of voting on any ballot, no matter what. That's the whole idea of secrecy in the election. So I'm not sure what that would fall under, but that's a violation of election law right there, Debbie. I'm telling you. That's something you should go back and say something, or better yet, call the supervisor of elections and tell them what happened. Nobody's supposed to see your vote. That's incredible. And that's scary. 877-850-8585. Let's go to Gary in West Palm Beach. How are you today?
Hey, Rich. Hey, two things. First of all, I do a lot of driving. I have my own business. I go all over the place. And I see 1,000 Trump signs and one Hillary sign once in a while, everywhere I go. So I don't believe that as far as a sign. And I have a sign business, so trust me, I pay attention to a lot of signs. And as far as the polls and stuff, I don't believe any of that either, because think about it. If Trump does 2 or 3 rallies a day and 15 or 20,000 people show up every day to see his rallies in different states, that's 50, 60,000 people a day.
That's a lot of people.
That we just hear about, and that's not the people that are going to go in and vote for him. And, well, I'm sure you talked about it, but Kane had a rally here, was it yesterday or the day before in West Palm Beach? And 30 people showed up to see him. Woohoo!
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny you say that, because there's a guy I'm friends with on Facebook, Bill Lewis, and he was at I guess they were in Orlando yesterday or somewhere, Sanford maybe. I'm not sure exactly where. Yeah.
Sanford.
And so he was there, and he did what the mainstream media never does, and he shot video from behind the crowd showing the actual crowds at the airport, and then the numbers were just, oh my God, you talk about a sea of people. And again, you see, the mainstream media won't show you that and the Hillary campaign is worried about this, of course, but this is the kind of thing that I think we need to recirculate these videos and this message over and over again that, hey, if you're on the fence for whatever, and by the way, if you're on the fence at this point, I don't even want to talk to you, but...
Really? Well, that's why Donald always points out about the media.
Yeah.
And rightfully
so, because that's what's happening. But you have to take a look and realize you are not alone. Gary, thanks for your call. Good stuff. I appreciate it. Why don't you make a sign for the Rich Stevens Show? Maybe we could put it behind me here when we're doing the Rich Stevens TV. That would be awesome, by the way. 877-850-8585. 877-850-8585. Quick time out. If you want to grab a line, do it right now. Final segment, Rich Stevens Show, coming up next.
The 2016 hurricane season is here, and we've got you covered. I'm Karen Curtis. We'll watch the tropics for you. News Talk 850 WFTL.
Hi, this is Joyce. I lost more weight more quickly than I ever thought possible. Quick Weight Loss Centers. And unlike other programs, you know what? This was fun. It was convenient. I was eating real food that I prepared. I could eat out at restaurants. I had supplements that crushed my cravings. The program's so convenient and so easy to follow. I still get to enjoy life. I go to parties, I've been on vacation, and I've kept off the 28 pounds, now going on 3 months. It's affordable compared to other programs, and you'll get amazing fast results. Lose up to 100 pounds or more, eating more fresh-made restaurant and supermarket food than you care to eat, so you're never hungry. There are no prepackaged meals. You get 4 weeks for just $66. 4 weeks for $66. Kids join free with parent enrollment. Some conditions apply. Visit quickweightloss.net. There are 17 locations from Miami to Vero. For one near you, dial *QUICK for a free consultation and get a text with even more savings. Message data rates may apply. Dial *QUICK on your mobile for quick weight loss.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
With 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions, visit ADT.com.
First, Gary from accounting came in with the sniffles. Just a cold, he said. But it was not a cold. Then Janet breaks out in a heavy sweat. It's the flu. Then round and round the office it goes. But when it's your turn, well, it's not going to be your turn because you got your flu shot at Rite Aid, where they care about you and your health. So while they're waiting for the coughing, sore throat, aching flu to pass, you can go to the big game. Score! Shield yourself with a flu shot from Rite Aid before it's too late. No appointments necessary, and it's free with most insurance. Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacy for details.
So are you own a home? Are you thinking about selling? Well, listen, don't sell that home. I got a much better idea for you. Why don't you rent it out with the help of Invest Pro Properties? See, these guys, they know home ownership, it's at its lowest level in 51 years, and that's created an unprecedented demand for rentals in our area. In fact, the rental market is so hot. Invest Pro Properties, they can't get enough properties to meet the demand. So they're going to go out, they're going to find you a great tenant, just a few weeks on average. They're going to manage everything from there, the rent collections, the inspections, the middle of the night maintenance calls. I call those the middle of the night terror calls, and so much more. And you pay nothing up front. You don't even have to sign a binding contract and cancel anytime. And the best part is they even guarantee that the tenant's going to perform for you while you just sit back and cash the checks every month. Call Invest Pro Properties today. 561-203-7022. 561-203-7022. If you're planning a move for any reason, whatever you do, do not sell your home. You could be leaving thousands of dollars on the kitchen table. Put the cash in your pocket instead by renting it out with Invest Pro Properties, your rental property experts.
Greek Moving and Storage takes the stress out of moving. Let's face it, moving is not something any of us want to have to deal with. But when you gotta move, you gotta call Greek Moving. These guys are amazing. I've had my fair share of moving where the movers are late or they work at a snail's pace, but not Greek Moving. They get in and out, often completing the whole move within a 2 to 3 hour time frame. Greek Moving and Storage makes the process painless. Everybody I work with has used them because from the manager to the actual movers, they're awesome, respectful, professional, and totally reliable. I won't hesitate to use them in the future, and I'm going to recommend Greek Moving and Storage to anyone anticipating a move, whether large or small. Plus, they're affordable. The prices are great, the service even better, so if you're planning a local move, interstate, and you live in Broward, Palm Beach, or the Treasure Coast, call Greek Moving and Storage. If you hire anyone else, you're making a mistake. For a quote on your move, call 561-683-1313. That's 561-683-1313, or on the web, it's GreekMovingCompany.com.
When all 20 grandkids are here and their parents are all running late. When you've been married 40 years but still plan a great date. When you've had 2 full servings of veggies and you're feeling really great.
With 2 full servings of veggies in every glass, there's nothing like the original V8 to fuel a full day. Get your V8 today.
Being an independent means never having to say you're sorry. It's Joyce Kaufman. Catch me every weekday at noon right here on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Opinionated, informed, and unafraid. This is The Rich Stevens Show, radio that moves at the speed of thought. Now, once again, here's Rich Stevens.
And I got a lot of thoughts. Some, unfortunately, I can't share with you. It is now about 10 minutes before the end of the Rich Stevens Show for this Wednesday, October 26th. I'm a little bit bitter because no coffee. And I don't understand. I mean, today is just one of those days. I'm scared to drive home today because here's what happened. I get into the radio station, there's no coffee. Then I go and I make a pot of coffee. I go down to my office, I do my work, I go to get the coffee, it's empty. So I make another pot of coffee. I go down to the office, come back, the coffee is back in the thing. Somebody made another pot. I'm like, oh, great. So now I got to wait another 10 minutes. I come back again. No lie, the coffee pot is empty. So now I'm on the air at this point. This happens a total of 5 times to me today. I've only been here 3 hours. No coffee. So then the last break, I say to Garrett, how much time do I have? You said?
About 6 minutes.
Okay, so I run down to get the coffee. The coffee was, again, they were brewing a new pot. I've never seen people drink this much coffee in my life. I didn't even get 1 cup. So then I go, I leave the kitchen and I go to the bathroom. And I can't get in the bathroom because the girl's in the bathroom, got the door open with the thing. She's cleaning the bathroom.
She's cleaning the bathroom?
Yeah. So I'm like, can I only have
it's
a
not
couple
your
of
day.
So, like I said, I'm scared to drive home. I just can't believe it. And I got to tell you, I never really thought that I depended on coffee, but apparently I do, because I'm kind of I'm in a totally different kind of frame of mind.
You have been very dour since I got here. So
Well, first hour we were having issues with audio on the Rich Stevens TV. I don't understand how we can't get this thing right 2 days in a row. It was flawless yesterday. It was beautiful. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. Wait, mistake. The first 40 minutes, forget about it. We had audio issues, and then we figured out the audio issues, and the next hour and a half was flawless. And then we start today again, and I'm thinking everything is great, and then all of a sudden people are texting and they're chatting, and they can't hear you, nothing going on. So it's just me with my mouth moving and nothing's coming out. Kind of like one of those bad Japanese movies. No, I guess that's not a good example, because then
like one of the old black and white movies, but they forgot to turn the subtitles on.
By the way, I just found out we should do this one day. Once we know for sure that we have the audio issue right, I have filters on this where we can change it. One of them is black and white, so maybe we'll do a black and white show day. Not sure how or why, but I just have to press a button. I mean, we might as well fool around and experiment with this stuff while we can. You know what I'm saying?
No, the next thing I know, I'm going to be coming in next week, and you're going to be wearing costumes.
No, I'm not wearing any costumes. I can assure you that. My costume is this every day, same costume, and that's it. You know, maybe you know what the black and white could be very handy for one of these weeks, and I don't get a chance to do laundry. I got to wear the same shirt that I wore a couple of days ago.
So
and
they can't tell.
Right, you can't tell because it'll just be black and white. That's a good idea for the filter. There's also this comic drawing, like an animated filter, which we threw on last hour, and that really threw off our chief engineering guy because he thought that something was wrong with the video and the audio. I said, no, I was just playing around with the filter. So this is all new. This is new territory for us. To find it and be notified, if you just subscribe to my YouTube page, you'll get a notification as soon as we go live, which is kind of neat. And if you're on Facebook, I think somehow, I don't even know how I did this. And maybe I didn't do it. Maybe it happened automatically. But I'm watching today that somehow when we go live on YouTube, it tweets out. Does YouTube own Twitter? No. Do they?
No.
I don't, because YouTube's Google. Google doesn't own Twitter. So
No.
somehow I connected them all together, and Twitter will send out a notification, which is kind of like what Facebook did. That's the only good. I wish we could take the part of this and mix it with the Facebook part, and then we'd get, it'd be phenomenal results. Because when you do the Facebook Live, Facebook is working to get you audience. They're throwing your link on people's timelines, saying, "Hey, watch Rich Stevens TV." Hey. And of course, we got a lot more people watching. But with Google, who is not owned by Facebook, they have a different, agenda. And I can tell you, if you've seen us do Facebook Live and you're watching what we've done yesterday and today, this video, the Rich Stevens TV, is phenomenal quality because it's full HD. You can even click on that thing on the bottom right-hand corner, make it full screen. If you're watching on a computer, if you're watching on TV, it's like watching broadcast TV. Whereas the Facebook thing in that square box was like, I don't know, it was like watching a video on my old iPhone 3GS or something. Even though they claim, oh, yeah, it's high definition. I don't know whose definition of high definition, but it's definitely not. I'm not sure what the idea of the square box was either. But now with this Rich Stevens TV, you can see the cars over my shoulder on 95 driving in the background. I mean, that's how great the quality is. It's pretty good. So I think, and maybe Gary, that sign guy that just called, maybe he'll make us a sign. We could put the sign behind me here, and then we'll be like a professional. Maybe not. I don't know. But I appreciate you taking time and bearing with us and hanging in. By the way, with Halloween night next week, this year's political campaign is already much scarier than any clowns or ghosts or monsters could ever be. And you want to watch out for the night and day of political ads.
Now through Halloween, the scariest thing on TV.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Night and day of the political ads.
We are stronger together.
Make America great again.
You can't escape them.
Work to improve the economy.
Our jobs are fleeing the country.
They're everywhere.
To earn your vote.
Just try and change the channel, and there's more.
Companies will come.
Night and day of the political ads. And coming soon, Texas voting booth massacre and voter fraud of the living dead.
Get the 850 WFTL app for Android or Apple today. Join exclusive contests and leave us a talkback and be heard on the air. Get it at 850WFTL.com.
Hi, this is Rich Stevens. So you own a home.